Good morning, everyone. So very happy to see parents, teachers, and students joining the session. A warm welcome to the Sunday webinar on how to build foundation in physics. So I think most of the students relate to this topic, and at the same time, I understand most of the parents are also concerned whether IIT foundation is needed at school level or not. So actually, therefore, Teach Tigers and Essentia has come up with this unique webinar series where the subject mentors can directly interact with the parents and students, and we are able to put at least a little light on few of your concerns. So here I am, Srilata, physics mentor from Teach Tigers and Essentia School. So I'll be starting the webinar on how to build foundation in physics. Okay, so let's begin. What one man calls God, another calls the law of physics. So what is the meaning of this? So that means for every question in the universe, the answer you find it in physics. So physics is a subject like where every phenomena that occurs in universe is being explained. Is it so? There are several events that occurs in nature, like physics explains very simple event like the formation of a shadow to the escape velocity of a satellite or the launching of the rocket. So everything is explained in physics. So there is no chance that physics can be a boring subject, right? Yes, let's continue. So how many of you think physics is your tough subject? So when I ask this question actually to class 11, class 12 or high school students, so 95% of the students end up saying physics is the toughest subject. So why do they feel, or why do they find physics as the toughest subject? Although it's so interesting, it is just explaining the happenings around us. Is it? So why do they find it so difficult? So that is because they follow a wrong approach. So they don't know the right approach how to study physics. Okay, when you know the right approach to study physics, definitely physics will be fun to learn, definitely, and I assure you. So then if you don't know the right approach, then what is the right approach? So let me explain what's the right approach to learn physics. Okay, so the right approach is, so physics actually it is like categorized into, there is a concept, application, and numerical. So there are several concepts in physics, so where you are learning all the concepts. Okay, so understand all the concepts, and the next level will be try to apply all these concepts, try to understand where this concept is being used, and then you come with the solving of numericals, right? So like if I take a very simple concept like Newton's third law of motion, so try to understand what is Newton's third law of motion. Is it? Then try to understand where this law is being applied. Okay, launching of rocket is possible because of this law. We are able to swim in water, that is because of Newton's third law of motion. Is it? We are able to walk, that is also based on Newton's third law of motion. Like this, you have to apply the concept to various applications. So at that time, at that moment, you understand the concept better. Is it? Now when you are clear with the concept and applications, now it's the time to solve numericals. So what do students do here? So students, they just go with the competitive exams. So when you see the competitive exams, physics is all about numericals. So they just take up solving the problems. Okay, so while solving the problems, they start learning the concept, or they just start estimating the concept. So it is a very wrong approach. So first understand the right approach to learn physics. So that will definitely make your subject learning very easy. Okay, so start with the concept, understand every concept, then go to the application part, understand wherever it is applied, then the last step will be the solving numericals. Okay, so now you know the right approach. Okay, so what is the next big task in physics? So I know the big task will be memorizing the infinite formulas in physics, right? So there are infinite formulas in physics. How do we memorize them? So here I say that don't memorize the formula. So never memorize any formula. So then how do we learn? Is it? So here I'll just explain with again an example. So you want to write the formula of work. So first understand the definition of work. So what is work? Try to define it. Okay, what is work? Work is nothing but where you apply a force on an object. When a force is applied on an object, the body is moving in a what is it? There is a displacement in the body. Okay, that means a force is applied, and because of the force applied, there is a displacement in the body, right? So that means here we understand work is depending on two things. What are the two things? Work is depending on force, work is depending on displacement. More force, more work is done. More is the displacement of the body, more is the work done. So that is how to analyze any formula. Now we understand, we come to the formula like work is equal to force into displacement. Very simple, is it? When you learn this way, you will never forget any formula in your lifetime. Now, like for students, if I start asking, what is the formula of momentum? Okay, so everybody just by hearts and just everybody knows this formula, and they say momentum is mass into velocity, momentum is mass into velocity. Everybody does it in the class, right? But when it comes to exams, so they just change the formula and they end up writing momentum is mass into acceleration. So what happened? They learned it, they know it, still they have done it wrong in the exam. So that is because they did not understand what momentum is. What is the term momentum? When you are clearly able to define each word. So remember, you should understand the meaning of every word. You should understand on what factors is this dependent on. Then you will very easily arrive at the formula. Easy, right? This is very easy. So when you're understanding also, it becomes fun for you, it becomes easy, you enjoy doing that process. So here, how do we memorize formulas? You using visual memory, understanding the concept, practicing the derivation of the formula, and practicing problems based on the formula. That is the final step. So now we know how to learn the formulas too. So you know the right approach, you know how to now memorize the formula, right? Next, what will be the next step? So the next step will be definitely practice. So without practice, any subject becomes difficult, is it? Knowledge is of no value unless you put it into practice, is it? So what does practice help you? Practice definitely helps you understand the concept better. It will definitely make your learning efficient, is it? It improves the efficiency of problem solving, and when you are really practicing, is it, you can memorize well, you can remember the things for a longer time. Okay, and practice is one of the key factor, very important factor in learning physics. So without practice, so remember, it's a vast subject, you can't memorize, so you have to understand, you have to practice. So both of these two must be implemented while learning physics. So now let's just, here I'm just trying to relate few terms uh, from physics to your general study. Okay, so is there anyone, any student who can define inertia? Anyone? No? Okay, fine. So, but at least you might have heard the word inertia. So it's a very simple term in physics. So what is inertia? So inertia is like the property or the tendency of a body where it continues to do whatever it is doing. So that means if a body is at rest, it continues to be at rest. If a body is in motion, it continues to be in motion. Okay, that means it is continuing to do whatever it is doing. That means it is maintaining consistency. So just like inertia, okay, so try maintaining consistency in your schedule. So what does that mean? That mean I mean that, so in any particular day, don't read for long hours. Okay, just don't sit and read for long hours, and the next 2 3 days you don't read at all. So that is not correct way of learning. So read for limited hours, but every day. So maintain consistency. So maintain consistency in your learning. That will definitely help you to succeed. So consistent, be consistent, just like inertia. So inertia can teach us about maintaining consistency in your schedule and aspects of life, right? So next, let's see one more. Am I audible? I'm getting the doubt. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So the next term I would like to explain here is electromagnet. Okay, electromagnet. So what can an electromagnet teach us? Okay, so here if I take a simple example of, let me take an iron bar. So does iron bar attract iron pieces towards it? No, iron bar does not attract iron pieces towards it, right? So now I want to make this iron bar into a magnet. So how do we make an iron bar into a magnet? So I'll just try to pass some current through the iron bar. So through the wire which is wound around the iron bar. Okay, so passing current through the wire which is wound around the iron bar. Now suddenly these iron bars starts behaving as a magnet, and it is now attracting pieces of iron to it. So now you pass more current, so it starts behaving as a more stronger magnet. So that means more current, more magnetism it has attained, is it? So here I just want to compare this piece of iron bar with your brain. So initially there was no current pass. When there was no current pass, it was not attracting any pieces of iron towards it, is it? That means you are not giving any inputs, you are not learning new things. So your brain will slowly lose its capability of learning things. Okay, so to memorize things, to grasp the things, right? So give more inputs. Okay, give more inputs, learn, read several books. Okay, so just make learning a very good part of your life. Okay, so the more amount of inputs you are giving, the more the brain is getting sharpened, the more it can grasp, the more it can memorize. So can anyone tell how much is the memory of our brain? Is it in terabyte, or is it in zettabyte? So the memory of our brain is unlimited. It is like several zettabytes. Okay, so that means you can just give inputs to it. So just keep learning, 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 and it is ready to learn as much as you give inputs to it. So that is how we can train our brain. So never think physics is a tough subject. You train it, you give inputs to it, it is ready to learn. So our brain is in our hands. That's what I want to say here. So what can an electromagnet teach us? Giving inputs to our brain is just like supplying electricity to an electromagnet. An electromagnet attracts all the magnetic substances towards itself. Similarly, giving inputs to your brain also attracts all the information, thus making learning efficient. Right? So let's proceed. Now it's turn for bouncing a ball. Okay. So now when you just hit the ball to the ground, what happens? It just bounces back, right? So now hit the ball harder. What happens? It just raises a much higher, or to much higher heights, is it? So now the harder you hit, the higher it raises, right? So here I want to say, never give up. Maybe you are not able to perform in any one particular exam, is it? That's not the end. Okay, that's not the end. So just keep practicing. Okay, keep practicing, keep learning, and definitely you will do well. So I have seen students, so in one exam they are not able to perform physics well. Okay, so they are just disappointed. They thought just stick on to saying that physics is a tough subject, I can never do it. No, it is not the case. Now that is the advantage of IIT Foundation here. Okay, learning IIT Foundation at school, actually it gives time for you. Okay, it gives enough time for you where you can do mistakes and learn from mistakes. Okay, and you can learn from mistakes. But once you enter into class 11 and class 12, so what happens? There is very less time for doing mistakes. You don't have much time. So that is the advantage of taking up IIT Foundation. So in IIT Foundation, you are learning from very basics, which is never again taught in class 11 and class 12. And here you can make enough mistakes. You have enough time to learn again. Is it? So that is what I'm saying. Even if you are not able to perform initially well in physics, never give up. Take it as a challenge. So keep practicing, keep learning. I told you, start with the concept. Okay, so never memorize any formula, learn the definitions well. Okay, understand the definition of every word. So Google it. So everything is available on the internet now, is it? So just utilize all the resources which you have, the teachers, the school, okay, the internet, everything. Please use it in a right way. So these are the lessons we learn from a bouncing ball. Now, generally, like as a student, we'll be having many fears. Like few students may be scared of writing exams, right? And few students may have a fear of standing up and asking doubts to teacher. Is it? So may I know if anybody are having such fears related to studies? Anyone? Any such experience, any fear? And if you overcome that fear, okay, and you know that if you overcome that fear, so it will definitely help you to succeed, you know that. So but you are unable to overcome that fear. So everybody have such fears in life, is it? Especially students in their education, is it? So okay, so whenever you have such a fear, so here I come with a solution. So remember that that is the first thing you have to do. Okay, whenever what, yeah, okay. So if you are feared of anything, doing any work, and you know that that is becoming a hurdle for your growth, okay, and you want to overcome it, but you are unable to do it. So what you have to do, that is the first thing you have to do. So that is how you counsel your brain. So here I'll just tell you one more, my personal experience. So do you know what I am feared of? So I am actually feared of, very much feared of road accidents. Okay, so I learned driving, I know driving, but still because of the fear of something going wrong, so I never drive on road. Okay, so somewhere I like came across this sentence like, whichever you are feared of, just do it first. So I just what is it memorized, and just what is it stamped in my brain like anything. So then I thought, yes, this scares me, that means this is the work I should do first. Okay, that is how I took up driving. So although I know I was unable to do because it scares me. So okay, let's continue. So here we were learning about the bouncing ball. So here we learned that we have to never give up. So there will be challenges in life. There will be hurdles. So that will be just stopping our success, is it? So just try to overcome all these hurdles. Okay, coming to education, where you feel physics is tough. So I tell you, just you have to improve your practice, improve your conceptual understanding, so that will make physics a very easy subject for you. So here, so sometimes the greatest rewards in life come from doing the things that scare you the most, right? So we get our greatest rewards in life. So when you're doing the things that are scaring you, so that are becoming a hurdle for your growth, so try to overcome that. Okay, so let's proceed. Now coming to the what is it the role of physics in the competitive exams like NEET and IIT JEE. So if you see the syllabus, so the syllabus comprises of the topics from NCERT, class 11 and class 12. Okay, so the very important thing, I said improve your conceptual learning. So all the conceptual learning, you will get it from the NCERT books. So be perfect with the NCERT books, then class 11 and class 12. So remember, the portion for such competitive exams is vast. Okay, is vast, and students generally like find it very difficult to cope up with this vast syllabus. So definitely here, when you take up IIT Foundation at the school level, so it will definitely help you, okay, when you are in class 11 and class 12, and definitely it will put you ahead of the other students. Okay, so here focus more on concepts and try to understand the process of derivation. So this will help you solve most of the questions in NEET and IIT sections. Now students get a doubt like, I'm in class 9, so should I read class 11 and class 12 books? So I say it's not required. So if you are in class 9, okay, take up all the NCERT books of your class 9. So just be clear with all the concepts which you have learned in which you have in your class, and if possible the next class too. Like if you are in 9th, try to learn the 10th class concepts also. Okay, so this will help you. And if you are into IIT Foundation, they will just take care of, they will schedule whatever you have to learn. So remember, the foundation for these competitive exams will be definitely very strong if you are taking up, or if you have started this preparation early. So it's like, it's always an advantage to take up IIT Foundation at school level. Okay, so now, are these foundations only helpful for writing IIT JEE exam and NEET? Definitely not. So these foundation courses definitely support your board exams very easily. You can write your board exams. So you can, it will be giving a good support for your Olympiad tests, or for your Olympiads, or any other scholarship test like NTSC will be writing. So for all those, it will be a support. So now, before concluding the session, so there's a word to all the parents here. So learning IIT Foundation from an young age is not a burden to the child. So every parent has this concern. Is it my child will be burdened? Okay, so board syllabus is, or board curriculum is enough for my child. I don't want to burden my child with IIT Foundation. So that is the major concern among the parents. So here again, I would like to share one of my personal experience. Like when I initially started teaching IIT Foundation, so I was surprised seeing the syllabus taught to the school level students. So the syllabus includes everything. So many concepts beyond their age. So I even thought initially that the child would be burdened. But when I started teaching, I observed that the children or the students have a lot of energy. So there is a lot of curiosity. They are just ready. We have to teach. They are just ready to learn. Okay, even I manipulate and I change the problems a lot and give them. They just solve it. Okay, if they don't know, they want to learn it. So they are just behind us to learn. So at that time, I understood every student's brain is just like a sponge. So it is just ready to absorb. Give them the knowledge, they are just ready to absorb. How much ever knowledge you give, so much they absorb. So parents, so never think IIT Foundation is a burden to them. And here, in addition to the knowledge and all, they actually learn several other things during this IIT Foundation. The students definitely learn to manage their time well. So preparation of IIT allows a child to step out of his comfort zone, which is actually essential for a child's growth. And students have a lot of energy, we know it, and there is a lot of curiosity. Okay, if you are not directing them, or if you are not giving the right inputs to them, they definitely use that energy and curiosity in a wrong way. So let us direct them in a right direction. That is in our hands. Okay, so thank you for listening. So hope this webinar is useful to you all. So if you have any feedback, please you can post your comments in the chat box. So let me know if anyone is having any questions to ask. So I think we can conclude. Thank you everyone once again for joining the session, for listening. Thank you.